And good morning, gamer. What's going on? It's Red K. Today is what is it today? April the 13th, not Friday the 13th, so that's good.
And I'm the loneliest wolf by choice. You got your days right, at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to, it's a thing with the computers. They have it at the bottom of the screen, so it's kind of hard to mess up. But I'll do it. I'll do it every once in a while. So, what's up to everybody who's still playing the PlayStation 3 games? That's a lot of people, right?
Yes.
Well, you should probably let your PlayStation American CEO know what's going on because they're shutting down the PlayStation Store, PlayStation 3 store, and the Vita store, and I believe I want to say the PlayStation what's the little TV kit that we got?
The PlayStation. I just realized that the PlayStation Vita TV.
Yeah, Vita TV. They're shutting down the Vita TV too. So I didn't really think it was besides the Vita TV. I really didn't want to talk about it because I thought, a lot of people are really playing PlayStation 4s and PlayStation 5s right now. And then I saw this. So some PS3 games, even though you can't buy them after June of the 11th, I believe the date is, you won't be able to download any patches either starting now.
That's not good. That's not good at all. Because especially if you bought those titles already.
Yeah.
Why would you set it up to where they can't use their own titles? That's people bought those. I get. I guess the idea behind it, because this is kind of like the loophole that they've had for a while when it comes to buying anything digitally, is you're not buying the game, you're buying the rights to the game. The problem is this also affects people who have like the physical copy of the games too. So if you have the physical copy of the game, you can put the physical copy of the game in for either PS3 or for a Vita, and it still won't give you the updates. So that's kind of messed up.
And some of those games, if you think about, let's go to Grand Theft Auto 5, which has been out for now 3 generations, like that, there's no game on the game.
No,
it's just a placeholder for, okay, that's what they really start talking about. Well, I really started taking this seriously is the fact that game preservation, which is a thing that's been going on for a while with the introduction of downloadable games. Like you said, like I got right in front of me, you guys can't see, but I got a Sega Genesis with Super Tecmo Bowl in it, and I can play that right now on TV, and it plays just the way it did the day I got it. I can play it 20 years from now, and it'll play. I think maybe we'll see.
Depends on
technology.
But you also got to remember that was a time where we didn't have to worry, or we didn't have patches. You got the game as is. If it's broken, oh well.
Yeah, but now we don't even get the whole game. We get a piece of the game, which is a placeholder for the game. Now, in some cases, it's really good because in situations like having the PlayStation 4 and 5 and things like that, I'm able to take those games with me. But I'm trying to figure what is the thing with the fact that they're both digital stores. Why can't I just download a digital game to my digital platform?
But once again, it's you don't own the game; you own the rights to the game.
So you own
the rights to use the game. Excuse me.
The only way I see this helping PlayStation is if they want to re-release these games at a certain time, and then hike up the price, right?
Right.
Because they do that with if you want to buy Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast right now, it's like $70-$80. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's super expensive.
Yeah. For a game, for a system, a dead system that you can't even find. The game costs more than a system costs right now. That's how valuable it is. And a lot of these games, I saw Max looking at some of them going through his PS3 collection. And some of these games, like the Trombot games and the Strider games, they go for like $180, but they're like $17 on the PlayStation 3 online store.
Because it's a port basically, and it's not a physical copy. And that port might run a little bit more messy than the original game too. Because I mean, that's generally how those goes.
It's now in the same system. It's ported from another system.
Yeah, it's ported from another system. So the infrastructure for the game might run actually a lot worse than the original game did.
Yeah, it says right here, for example, members of PSN profiles report that EU versions of Battlefield 4, Gran Turismo 5, SOCOM, which people still play SOCOM to this day. They love that game. Special Forces Twisted Metal, White Knight Chronicles are no longer automatically triggered updates when prompted to do so. So this is games that people figured out, hey, let me go ahead and make sure my PS3 has all these games on it. You know, that they way I can go back and play a legacy system, whatever the case is. But and re-downloading the games, they don't have the updates for it. Similar to MVC2 or MVC3 in some cases, that the final update you wouldn't have, whatever the case is. Now those copies, those versions of the games don't even exist anymore.
Not even a little bit.
What it says, according to the Pond, Dante's Inferno, Need for Speed, SOCOM 4, Street Fighter 3, Third Strike Edition, which that was like a direct port because that came out, I want to say it came out on the Dreamcast, but it wasn't really big on the Dreamcast. It came out on PlayStation 2, so that was already a port of the PlayStation 2 version of the game that came out on PlayStation 3. So it appears a regional issue, but June 11th, all these things are going to be gone. So like,
yep.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good look for Sony, especially with Microsoft.
They're just like, you know, all the old titles, all of them, and you were just like, yes, I'll take all the old titles.
I mean, and not even all the old titles. Like they're like, hey, we're gonna make them look and play better. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
like, oh, thanks.
Yeah,
and you know what? Game Pass for free. You can play these games with Game Pass. You're like, Jesus, stop.
And we're bringing them to the PC for the first time. It's like, oh, okay, I'll take it.
Except for Halo 5. No. They're like, you're not getting Halo 5 on PC. It's like, all right, that's weird, but all right.
And you know, like I was saying, the Sony CEO right now, the current American Sony CEO, he's acting a little Don Matrick-ish, right? He said many times like, who wants to play old games? He's like, he's actually said that, quoted him saying that. And he's like, we want to invest in futures, but you know, you don't want to give us the upgraded version of the games on PS Plus. But I digress. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you made a good point earlier. I wanted you to say.
Which was that?
About the fact that it might be a PR.
Oh,
thing.
It might be a marketing thing. You can't be just springing that on me. I'm like, what did I say? It might be a marketing thing. So basically, they put him in position. If he fails, get rid of him and then remarket the stuff and be like, yeah, whatever, dude.
It wasn't the Japan. It wasn't the Japanese version. It was the Americans.
Well, also, you got to remember too that Microsoft did that. We're not going to have backwards compatibility. Just buy. You got an Xbox 360, right? And then they instantly started backpedaling on that.
I mean, but that was after they fired him, and I think the Don Matrick firing was a little bit more unexpected in that sense, which is why it took Xbox so long to really redo everything, because Xbox was like, TV. You like TV, right? You want some TV? I got TV for you. I got that TV. You want that TV over here? And like they were like, no, we're that. Oh, all that's bad now. Oh, yes, all of it's bad. Like all of
it's it. Like cable is dying.
So in this case, I don't know. Like you said, it might be a ploy right now that they're doing to get them back, but I don't think this might be more planned than the Xbox version, because you could tell by the releases in last generation, it was just bad. Why do the companies do this thing where whoever's winning, like in the mind share, you guess you could say, the last generation, they just come out the next generation and they're like, fuck it, and then like then the next generation, the other companies like, we care about the gamer. You know what I'm saying? And then like it just flip flops every time. You know. Meanwhile, Nintendo's just like playing with its own ball.
It's the perceived sense of competition. It's what is it? Manufactured competition. That's basically what it is at that point. So you're just having two companies that kind of sort of work together on things, but also work against each other on things, so that they can have a sense of competition. So people look at it like, oh, this side's doing great and this side's doing awful. That's why the entire thing of like the console wars is kind of silly, because both of them are just making money off of whatever side wants to do whatever side. Well, yeah, one company might sell more than the other. Like PlayStation on average has been outselling the Xbox period since the few generations. It's just been right. But even then, there's still more people that'll go to the Xbox because of the different types of titles and stuff like that. So it just breeds competition. So this generation, I think, is going to be interesting to see if something does actually like flip flop, or will there still be like PlayStation focuses more on single player games and a little bit less on multiplayer games, and Microsoft is just kind of sort of, now they're getting the understanding like, oh, this gaming stuff is serious. Maybe we should actually start taking it a little bit more seriously. So that's why you have us have them releasing Game Pass with all the older titles and stuff like that. The acquisition of different gaming companies to try to make sure that they have IPs under their belt that are kind of in-house based through these different companies. I mean, just better opportunities for their company in general, for Microsoft.
Well, for both sides, I hope they push each other to make better decisions for the consumer. Like, I hope Game Pass just pushes PlayStation to make PS Plus a better thing, and all the single player games that PlayStation have forced the hand like it has forced the hand of Microsoft to grab up these developers and make these hopefully blockbuster games that we'll see in the future.